Chapter 2. Beast's Soul Essence. Assuming his fighting stance, trying to process the information around him, his brain started calculating maneuvers so rapidly that it felt like he was a character in a video game. Seizing the opportunity presented by the ghoul he faced, he used his quick reflexes to dodge to the side, avoiding the first swipe aimed at him from a 2 o'clock angle. His maneuver caused the ghoul to lose balance. However, just as he prepared to counterattack the ghoul, it surprisingly reacted like a seasoned fighter, smashing its elbow into Jayson's face, forcing him to step back unsteadily. Jayson grunted in pain, clutching his broken nose, feeling the bone shifting as he touched it. He could feel a warm trickle of blood run over his lips. The salty iron-like taste tingled his tongue as he licked them. He raised his hand and pointed toward the ghoul with his middle finger raised high, flipping the creature, the bird. He then gestured to the ghoul, mimicking his idol Bruce Lee, further taunting the ghoul, signaling for it to attack again. The ghoul snarled in anger, its neck veins bulging like green snakes, as if they were about to break free from their confinement. Satisfied with his provocation, even though he didn't really expect a reaction from the mindless creature, an evil smile stretched across his face, reminiscent of a devil grin. Still gripping the bat, he dashed forward to face the ghoul head-on. He swung the bat at the ghoul's midsection, while the ghoul was aiming for his face, intending to turn his face to mincemeat. Wait, how could a genius in the field of martial arts not see this coming? Jayson thought. Taking advantage of his surroundings, having been fully aware since he took his stance, he quickly changed direction, pressing his foot against the wall. Luckily, he was in a corner, so he used this fact to his advantage. Gaining momentum from the wall, he changed the target area, this time aiming for the ghoul's head, with aggressive force as he swung the bat like a kendo master, all while he was still mid-air, something that would seem impossible for others. Being a genius in martial arts was totally awesome, but facing a ghoul, a creature that felt no pain, was a big pain in the ass. But he had to fight back because there was only one rule, and it was to fight or die. Jayson then successfully created a feint and avoided the claws of the ghoul in the process. His bat successfully smashed into the face of the ghoul, causing its skull to cave in a little and causing its body to sway. Jayson performed a quick roll on the floor due to the momentum, and in the process ending up on the opposite side of the ghoul. Getting to his feet quickly, he swung his right leg like an axe, aiming for the ghoul's head once again, but the creature, sensing the approaching attack, raised its fist, meeting with the incoming kick forcefully. Unfortunately, it was too late for Jayson to divert his attack, as his maneuver was too fast. The collision occurred, and the sound of crunching bone was heard, accompanied by a scream of agony, which could be heard throughout the bar. His ankle was now broken, and he fell to the floor. The anger in him burned fiercely like a bonfire. A surge of adrenaline got him standing back on his feet, but of course his right leg was no longer balanced. Feeling so enraged, he held the bat with both hands as he swung it, aiming at the ghoul's head once again. In the heat of the moment, Jayson noticed the ghoul's eyes widen, as if it was shocked. But how is it possible for a mindless creature to get shocked? Why would it get shocked? Could it sense soul power? It seemed to sense my burst of power. No, I must be imagining it, Jayson thought. The ghoul was too slow to react to Jayson's attack as he planted his foot into the ghoul's face, turning the creature's face into a blood and pus-filled mess as it caved in. Jayson returned his leg to the ground while turning 180 degrees as he walked away from the lifeless ghoul. Different emotions started swirling within him, but of all these emotions, he was devoid of one. It seems Jayson couldn't bring himself to feel happy. Under normal circumstances, being the victor in a life and death battle, one was meant to be filled with utmost joy because they survived that intense moment. But Jayson couldn't bring himself to feel that particular emotion because his sudden burst of power had overwhelmed him. He felt as if he lost all rationality when his strength exploded, and he felt a strange force within him get triggered. He was scared and shocked at the same time, scared that if this force were to manifest while around his family or loved ones, he might injure or even kill them accidentally. Where did that power come from, he thought. His thoughts were interrupted when the system appeared once again and stated,
You have defeated a level 5 Berserk Ghoul. You have gained Strength plus 10, Agility plus 6, Health plus 11, Stamina plus 11, Speed plus 8, Mana plus 12. You have reached level 2. You have reached level 3. You have reached level 4. You have acquired Shapeshift Beast Soul Essence. Creature Essence Type, Ghoul. Beast Soul's essences will increase your physique and bestow you with certain powers. First attribute. This item will allow you to turn creatures of your level and below to ghouls. They will become your ally, and can paralyze enemies within 2 levels above you for 5 seconds. Second attribute. This item allows the user to transform. Beast Soul Essences are mysterious items of power that can only be obtained from slain beasts. They contain a power that forms a soul pact with the user, and cannot be separated once absorbed. Although not every slain beast contain a soul essence, only 1 or 2 out of every 100 beasts may provide one. For this reason, they are very rare, and are greatly sought after. There are many different beast soul essences in this world.
As if right on command, he felt some weird invisible energy leave the body of the dead creature and get absorbed by his body. He suddenly felt all the cells in his body being torn apart and being rebuilt in seconds. Although it took only 30 seconds, it seemed like a millennia. He wiped the beads of sweat from his forehead as he sighed in relief and said with a wry smile, I seem to have taken a step into the gates of hell, but soared back to heaven. Feeling his whole body feeling lighter, he couldn't help but produce a worrisome smile as the thought of power flooded his head. He then drew his attention to the cryptic messages that had popped up in his retina. As he viewed the contents in his status window, he muttered to himself, It really was a ghoul. What the hell is going on? He then inspected the Beast Soul icon on his status window as he thought, Beast Soul? And what the hell does it mean by transform? Does that mean I can transform into a ghoul? Stretching and cracking his joints, he tried to focus on the Beast Soul to try and test this new power, but his attention was drawn to the sounds of battle across the bar. He noticed a man who seemed to be in his mid-60s trying to fend off a ghoul with a broken beer bottle, but it seemed to be futile for the old man, as the ghoul was still advancing toward him slowly and unimpeded. Jayson could tell this ghoul was weaker than the one he faced, merely by looking at it. He was trying to figure out whether it was because he had grown stronger or if this ghoul was weaker than the one he just destroyed. Without thinking, Jayson dashed forward to help the old man, but his leg gave way under him, and he fell to the ground, a result of his broken ankle. Shit, he murmured to himself, quickly trying to brainstorm countermeasures in order to help the old man. Suddenly a smile appeared across his face as he said out loud, Let's see if this will work. End of Chapter 2.